Hiya, two children. I'm going to read a little bit more of Slime. We've just met Slime now, haven't we? That Ned seemed to have made him, didn't he? And now his grotty sister is trying to get through the door. I'm not particularly a big fan of Jemima. She seems a bit mean to me. We're up to chapter 8, and it's called A Particularly Noisy Poo. I said, "What on earth are you doing in there?" came another shout from the other side of the bathroom door. "Nothing," lied Ned. "Nothing," bawled Jemima. "I just heard a volcano, then a lot of music, finally some kind of giant fish." Slime looked as if it were about to say something, maybe to correct the girl that technically a whale was not a fish, but in fact a mammal. Ned turned to his friend and put his fingers up to his lips, internationally recognised sign for silence. Amazingly, for something made of slime, Slime understood. "I was just doing a particularly noisy poo," spluttered Ned through the bathroom door. "Noisy?" she exclaimed. "More like thunderous. Now open this door, right now, or I'll boot it down. Bish, bash, bosh." There he is. She is on the other side of the door, and Ned and Slime. There was the sound of her steel-capped boots kicking down the door. "Open it," said Slime. "What?" exclaimed Ned. "Let's play the trick on her." "Now?" asked the boy. "Bish, bash, bosh. Giddy, giddy," said Slime. Bish, bash, bosh. Splinters of wood exploded into the bathroom. "What should I be?" asked Slime. "A giant boot, perhaps. Boot her right back." "Excellent," replied Slime as it trans-slimed into a giant boot. Bish, bash, bosh. The bathroom door smashed off its hinges, taking some of the wall with it. The door smashed to the floor, thud, and dust exploded into the bathroom. At once, nobody could see a thing. "Ned!" bellowed Jemima. "Where are you?" Ned kept silent as the giant slimy boot, or sloot, one of billions of words you'll find in your Wallim's dictionary, appeared out of the dust cloud. "What the?" asked Jemima. The girl tried to boot the boot, but her foot got stuck in slime. "Ah!" she screamed. There's slime as the boot. Ned couldn't help but chuckle. "Ha ha!" "Ned!" screamed Jemima. "I will boot you up the bottom for this." "No, no, no," replied the sloot. "I will boot you up the bottom." With that, Slime let go of the girl's boot. As Jemima tumbled to the floor, she swung her other boot up in the air and landed on the hands and knees. "Goodbye for now," said the sloot. It swung back, then boof! The girl was given a blobtastic boot in the bottom. "Ah!" she yelled as she bounced down the corridor. Swish! Before landing on the sofa in the living room. Twong! Instantly, Jemima leapt from the sofa and began stomping down the corridor. "Stomp, stomp, stomp! Wait until I get my hands on you, Ned. I'll boot you from here to the next island." "We need to get out of here, Slime," exclaimed Ned, "and fast." "But how?" asked Slime, now back to being a blob. Ned looked up at the tiny bathroom window just above the toilet. It was not much bigger than a cat flap. "That is the only way out of here," he said, pointing, "but I'm never going to get my wheelchair through there." "You won't need it today. Let me be your wings." "Wings?" The boy was flabbergasted. Slime trans-slimed into a pair of wings. They stuck themselves onto Ned's shoulders and they began to flap. Flap, flap, flap. The boy felt himself being lifted out of his wheelchair and floating through the air. "Wow!" he exclaimed. The wings wouldn't fit through the window, so holding the boy, Slime trans-slimed into a slide. Stomp, 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 just before Jemima reached the bathroom. Ned whooshed down the slide and out of the window. "Ned!" screamed Jemima, but the boy was free. Chapter 9. Slime Ball. Ned slid down the slide of slime at speed. Whoosh! His family's cottage stood on the edge of a cliff overlooking the sea. If the boy didn't stop sliding, he was going to be hurled off the edge to meet his end on the rugged rocks below. Ned saw the bottom of the slide approaching fast and screamed, "Ah!" He shut his eyes tight. He couldn't bear to watch what was about to happen. But in the blink of an eye, the slide of slime became longer and longer and longer still. Then it arched and twisted, and the boy found himself doing a loop-the-loop on his bottom. "Ah!" he screamed again, but this time in pleasure. He'd never had so much fun. The slide of slime arced away from the cliff edge and onto some fields near the cottage. It kept on getting fatter and fatter until it wasn't a slide any longer. Oh no, it had turned into a slime rink. A slime rink is a lot like an ice rink, but instead of ice, you guessed it, slime. A slink. A slink is 100% the correct word. See your Walliams dictionary. The whole field was now covered with slime. Ned shot across it on his bottom. Whoosh! Whee! He exclaimed. There he is, wheeing around. Finally, he came to a halt. Then, at dizzying speed, slime trans-slimed again. The edges of the slime rink curled up and it closed in on itself. Now slime had come together to form a giant ball, a slime ball. It rolled along the field, trundle, trundle, with little Ned inside it. Then the slime ball began to bounce. It bounced and bounced and bounced. It bounced over a sheep, bah, dunk. It bounced over a hedge, rustle, dunk. Now it was bouncing along the lane. Up ahead, Ned could hear a tractor approaching. Chug, chug, chug. The sound of the mighty vehicle was growing louder and louder. Chug, chug, chug. The tractor was heading straight for them. Chug, chug, chug. "Look out!" screamed Ned, not sure where Slime's eyes might be at this precise moment, it being a giant bouncing ball and all that. Donk! Ned could feel the slime ball bouncing high up in the air. Whoosh! He heard the tractor pass underneath him. Chug, chug, chug. Just as Ned felt a wave of relief that he'd not just been run over by a tractor, he felt a wave of panic. Panic because the slime ball he was inside was now high up in the sky, so high that it hit a flock of seagulls. Squawk, squawk, squawk. One of the seagulls pecked at the slime ball. Peck! It burst. Pop! Instantly, Ned began tumbling through the air. "Help!" he cried, but Slime acted fast. It whizzed down ahead of him and trans-slimed into a trampoline. A slimaline. Get smart. Get a Walliams dictionary. Next, Ned hit the slimaline at speed and bounced high up into the air. Boing! And again, boing! A smile spread across the boy's face. He was alive, and what's more, he was bouncing. Boing, boing, boing! Yippee! He yelled with delight. He yelled too soon. Looking down, he saw the slimaline disappear beneath him. "No!" he cried. Falling rapidly, the boy looked all around. Try as he might, he couldn't see Slime anywhere. This is the end, he thought. The road below was speeding towards him, and then suddenly, swoosh! A giant eagle, every colour of the rainbow, swooped down under Ned. It swept him high into the air. Now he was flying high up above the sea, the cliff, the cottage. "You really can be anything," cried the boy. "Anything," exclaimed the bird of slime, or slurred. Walliams Dictionary under S. From all the way up here, the Isle of Mulch looked tiny. The houses looked small, the trees looked small, the people looked small. The people looked so small, in fact, that they were little more than ants. As for the ants, they looked really, really, really small. For the first time in his short life, Ned felt something he'd never felt before. Power. Slime power. The boy had created something that could change everything. The Isle of Mulch was full of horrid grown-ups who made the lives of all children miserable. Now Ned could get his own back on all these nasty characters. Not just for him, but for all the children on the island. There was no better time for Ned to start than now. Oh, I remember reading about all those nasty characters at the beginning of the story. Wonder what he's going to do with them. We'll find out tomorrow when I'm in school, guys. I'll find a nice place to read to you there. In the meantime, don't forget, If you see someone without a smile, give them one of yours and keep on smiling on.